Hello, welcome to another weekly video. Today I'm going to try to do something a little different. Me and my husband were talking about how when we used to go to church, um, some things that bothered us, or I should say, one of the things that bothered us was how like every Sunday was kind of the same thing, and um, we'd kind of get tired of the same routines of everything. Happening. Kind of wanted sometimes things to be a little different. So, um, with making a weekly video, I could see how you know kind of doing the same kind of thing every week may get a little tiring. So, um, I thought I'd just try to answer a common question that people ask. Um, sometimes you'll ask somebody when you're trying to get to know them, or sometimes people send questions to people who I guess stream and things like that. So I thought I'd try to answer a question like that. um, I'd like to think of some other ideas too, just to try to do some different things. Sometimes I'm not sure how interested in getting to know my background is for everybody, but um, I thought I'd just try it, and if anybody has any objections, I'm fine to hear that and maybe try to go a different direction. But I'm kind of just, trying to think of something um, to do for myself. Anyway, so the question would be, what's your favorite movie? Um, and I like sometimes to answer that question because um, I really like to watch movies and things like that. Um, so I don't mind answering something like that. Um, my, I mean, I used to think that my favorite movie really was Inception. If you've ever seen that movie, um, it's a movie about like I guess to simply explain it, it's um, about what happens if you have dreams within dreams. It's kind of a strange concept, but I remember when I saw it, it was really different, and I really enjoyed it. And it has a lot of things combined in one movie. Sometimes I don't like that, but I think they did a pretty good job in that one. It had a lot of interesting theories and ideas, kind of like considered in the movie, and really it felt like a lot of thought was put into it. So I really enjoyed it. But um, I've gotten to where I actually have a lot of different favorite movies now because um, I kind of have sort of like broken them down more by genre because um, to me there's just not one movie that's better than everything else. It's kind of turned into like there's certain movies that are better in certain genres. You kind of have to break them down further. Um, but I don't have a favorite movie for every genre, but I definitely have some that are higher than others. Another one that I really like is it's really my favorite Western, I would consider it, but it's called The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's um it's a movie with Clint Eastwood in it, and I think it's one of his first Western movies when he was doing those when he was younger, and um, I felt like they did a really good job with it. If you know anything about Quentin Tarantino, he's a modern director. He references a lot of things from that movie. Um, so I mean, I think a lot of people respect it for some reason. It just they really did really well with it back then. Um, and I sometimes think about time periods when it comes to good movies. If you break down different time periods, you'll find movies that are just really good for a time period, and of course you'll find some really bad ones too. And I tend to think of like the 90s and the 80s and 70s, and you can't really guarantee that a movie is going to be good just because it's a certain time period. Um, but you know, it felt like a lot of times sometimes you'd find some really good stuff, maybe in the 90s, or I remember you'd find like really great movies sometimes in the 70s or 80s, but they didn't seem like you'd find as many of them. But they'd be like so different and so interesting. But anyway, another one of my favorite movies, and this is more like animation, um, or I mean, maybe it's like a kids movie. I don't know what exactly it's considered, but it's called Minuscule, and I actually saw that not too long ago. Um, it's really interesting because there's no dialogue in it, um, but it's really got a lot of um, characters that are more geared towards kids. I think it's insects and things like that. But it was really interesting and really different. Um, it has a lot of good reviews. I think a lot of people like it. It's just um, and I think you'll find that with a lot of things with movies, like people will um, people will really grab on to like different ideas, and I kind of understand that because it's just not very common, especially when movies win awards like Oscars and stuff. Uh, Sometimes like I tend to like those movies, but it can be kind of too weird for me sometimes. I don't know if you've ever seen some of those movies they pick out, but they pick them because they're different. You might find a movie that's completely black and white, and it's um, I tend to call them like artsy, but they're just so different, and it's kind of a different idea than anything else. So um, those can either go good or bad in my mind. But like I said, Minuscule was one that was different, and I really enjoyed it. Um, so that's kind of more in the um, family movie direction. My favorite disaster movie is called Volcano. Um, Although I really do like most disaster movies. I mean, it's hard to choose a favorite because of that. But um, I just thought it was the most interesting thing when I saw the idea for that movie. Volcano erupting, I guess, in Los Angeles, and I think that was the basic idea. Um, it was really a different, um, like I said, a different idea. Um, but there's so many good ones like that. I don't know if you've seen The Core, very similar movie in my mind, but like I said, a very different idea. That's what I like about disaster movies. It's always kind of something you're not really thinking of. The Day After Tomorrow is a really good one too, but um, just trying to pick a favorite, I'd probably say Volcano. Um, and I think comedy is um, kind of a tough one because I've gotten to where I don't like comedy much now. Um, I guess when I was younger, I kind of liked it, but um, I don't know if I don't like much of the goofy stuff anymore. But my favorite comedy would probably be Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Um, I think what I really liked about that one too was that it was so different. And I don't think it's really that different when when you talk to like British people. I mean, it's all British humor mostly, so um, it's not really different for people. Um, I'm assuming it's not different for British people because it's British humor, but um, for like for America, that was something that just wasn't done very much. America just hasn't been exposed very much to different countries' humor. I remember when I was younger, they tried to have this show called The Kids in the Hall on Comedy Central, I think it was, and I remember it was kind of strange, but it was supposed to be comedy. I mean, sorry, Canadian humor, and so I think um, it's nice sometimes to be exposed to something different than what we're used to in America. But anyway, I guess I've reached my limit on time here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. But if you have any questions or comments, you can leave that in my comment section. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.